Roanoke Valley 252. How you doing out there this morning? This wet Saturday morning here in the Roanoke Valley. And yes, it's me, Coach D. Smith, the host of the Four Downs with Coach D radio show here on ESPN 102.7 FM, streaming online BigSportsRadio.com. And once again, just want to thank everybody for listening in on another Saturday morning. Thanks to Randy Wren and the people over there at Wren Sports Graphic and Screen Printing for sponsoring this show. And I'm here live at the beautiful Hilton Garden Inn once again in the big town of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. So this morning, we'll get right into the show. I have two of the senior leaders of the Halifax Academy Vikings, Mr. Cody Wood and Mr. Copeland. How you guys doing this morning?
Good. Doing good, sir.
Locked in, 4 downs, Coach D. So I want to get right to Mr. Wood. I want to ask you this. You know, let's talk about last night. You guys had the semifinal game last night against Pongo Christian, and the score was 50-0, and you guys played in that weather. So how was that game last night for you?
It was definitely a game to remember. We all got amped up before the game. Be your last seniors, it would have been your last game if you'd have lost. So we just had to go out and play.
And also for you, Mr. Copeland, you know, you was telling me about your rituals before the game. So how did you get yourself mentally prepared for such a big game, knowing that this could have been the last game of the season?
Well, the last game we almost let weather beat us, so we went into the week knowing that we couldn't let that happen again. So we all just got pumped up, like you said, knowing that this could be our last practice, this could be our last time in this locker room, and just couldn't let it happen like that.
And so how did you guys get off to the fast start? Because, you know, you won 50-0 and you kind of dominated the whole game. And you actually played a close game against them the last time. So how were you able to, you know, impose your will against them last night?
I think we just had to use the weather against them more than anything because they're a big passing team and we just run the ball a lot.
And on the defensive side, Colt, how were you able to stop that passing game?
With the weather like it was, they were throwing a lot of ducks up in the air. So if you could just get in position and just keep them from catching like fly balls, then you'd be good. Because I knew the defensive line and linebackers were going to stop anything coming up the middle.
And you're locked in 4 downs, Coach D. And I have with me Cody Wood and Colt Copeland of the Halifax Academy Vikings, who move on next week to play for a state title. The rematch of the state title game last year against the Northeast Hobgood Eagles, and they pulled off a late win 30-26 last night. So what are your thoughts moving on to that game next week?
It's going to be physical, and the crowd's going to be into it. The last game we played there in Hobgood was the loudest game I've ever been a part of in my football career. So I know it's going to be even crazier this week.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty wild. Two rivals playing. Both crowds just going at it the whole time, yelling. You just got to play.
And also, too, for the people that know, you know, Justin Hayes, sports editor for the Daily Herald, he comes on the show every Saturday. And he mentioned to me how physical that game was when you played them a couple of weeks ago. And you're looking to impose your will again and stop the running game with J.T. Simmons. So how do you guys plan to stop that? I know you don't want to give away your game plan, but what are some of the things that you did in order to stop him?
Just got to work up front. Up front on defensive line, you just got to work.
And so I want to ask you this. I want to ask both of you guys. What is it like playing for Coach Edwards? Your personal experience, each one of you.
Oh, man. We never go into a game not knowing what's going to happen. He makes sure we're all prepared.
I would definitely feel like we're the most prepared team going into every game that I've ever played under Coach Edwards. And it's just been great to be able to play with him since 9th grade and just grow up and let him just make us better football players. And
one of the things we can say, you know, for the Harrison and Eli and those guys when they came a few weeks ago, that's the first thing they said. You guys are the most prepared team probably, you know, ever, probably, because he says he goes over every single detail.
Every play.
Every play. So it's basically, you basically know everything that the other team does before they even do it. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
No, you didn't want to put it. You got to get that laugh. You want to put out. You're locked in 4 downs, Coach D, live at the beautiful Hilton Garden Inn with me, Mr. Cody Wood and Mr. Copeland of the Halifax Academy Vikings. So as I like to do, I like to talk stats because guys like to look at max prep. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. All the guys that come up here, I bring stats to the board, and they say, well, I don't know my stats. Then you got some that say, yeah, I keep track of it every week. So just going off some of the stats that I saw last night, not including the ones from last night, Mr. Copeland, you got 2 catches. You do got 1 touchdown, though. So, but you're more of a defensive guy. 34 tackles, 10 solo, 24 assisted. And Mr. Cody Wood, you got 3 receptions. Didn't get in the end zone yet, though. No. Tell Coach Pete they got to throw you the ball.
That's what I tell them every game. Try to.
Yes, but also on defense. On defense, you're one of the better defensive players on the defensive side of the ball in the Roanoke Valley. 76 tackles, 27 solo tackles, 9. You average 9.5 tackles a game. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
You did not know that? Well, I can tell you, I was on the sideline. I was there when you guys played Lawrence Academy, and you delivered a couple of hits to those kids that it shook me up a little bit. And I commend you. And I don't know. I don't know. You saw the post on social media. You are actually on. You're actually on my leadership nominee, one of the leadership award nominees that I'm gonna put out for the 4 Down with Coach D radio show. So it's gonna be you and Harrison Hardy as two players from each team is nominated, and you got one of the nominations. I don't know. Did you see that?
I saw it. Yes, sir.
And I consider that a big thing. But you know what? Besides that, you got, like I said, the award. My award may be good, but that state title is what you're looking for.
We look forward for. This is the 3rd year. We already have 2 runners up.
And so just your thoughts, each one of your thoughts on going into next week, like just the mindset, because people don't realize how big this game is. So for each one of you, what are your thoughts really, like, the mindset going into this whole week leading up to Saturday?
Well, Coach Edwards has been preaching since the first day of practice that the word of the year was finish. Now we're 1 week away, and that's the one word is finish. We've gone in, like he said, the last 2 years and lost the championship game. We just, seniors especially, we don't want to go down like that again.
We're going to leave it all on the field this year, do everything we can.
And the thing is, you're going to – I know that place is going to be rocking on Saturday because, your guys' senior night was awesome. Just kudos to the Halifax Academy family for inviting me out there. It was awesome. I'm going to be out there Saturday, too. I don't know. Maybe I'm the good luck charm. I came out there. Y'all guys scored 84 points. It looked like a basketball game out there. But hopefully, maybe if I come, maybe I'll bring the luck with me for you guys.
Hope so.
I hope so, too.
But just quickly, just want to ask you this, too, as well. What is it like playing with, like, Eli and Harrison, those guys? I know those guys get a lot of the publicity and stuff, and you guys are those glue guys, those guys they need. But what is it like playing, each for one of you, what is it like playing with those guys?
It's crazy. You work up front and you hold a block for a few seconds, he's going to break something sooner or later. He's just going to go. He never takes a play off Eli or Harrison. They're just wild.
I don't know how Eli is human sometimes. I've blocked him in practice and tried to tackle him in practice, and he's by far the hardest I've been hit in any game, any practice ever. And he's just like 5'9", 140, 145, but he's incredible. And Harrison's one of our really good friends, and he's crazy too. We just seen him do things on the football field that just shouldn't happen.
And also Cameron too, by the way. He had 20 tackles in the game last week. And when you kind of look at him, you're like, did he really get 20 tackles? But that's what I got in the stat book. Yeah. He got 20 tackles.
He really did.
He's another one. All you guys, the whole team, just an awesome team, man. But I'll tell you, I'm excited for you guys next Saturday. This is you guys can bring a state title back to the Roanoke Valley. Just think about that. You got a lot of 11-man football teams out here. Everybody gets the notoriety, but you guys can have that title. And I'm going to tell you what, you win that title, I want the whole team to come up here. I want the whole team to come in here, bring the championship. I want to take a picture with it, and tell Coach Edwards I said it too. He has to come too. Tell him, I don't know if he will, but he has to come too.
He's probably listening right now.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Edwards and everybody out there. Yeah, but like I said, man, this is a big, and the thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure that we hype this game up because the people need to see you guys. Because I honestly, truthfully, even though it's 8-man football is football, and I'm a witness to that. And some of you guys are some of the best players in the Roanoke Valley. and we want to keep highlighting that. And I'm just so proud of you, and I'm just thankful that you guys were able to come on this show, kind of a short notice type thing, but you guys came, and it's good to have you here. It really is good to have you here. So just any final thoughts? I mean, anything you want to put out there, anything you want to say? Just let the people know leading up, because Saturday is the big game.
Everybody come. We got to have a big crowd there for that game. Everybody,
Halifax Academy, Northeast, Hive, good or not, just come support and just get loud.
And there you have it, Mr. Cody Wood, Mr. Copeland of the Halifax Academy Vikings. And go out there November 3rd to Halifax Academy for the state title game versus Northeast Academy Eagles. And you're locked in 4 Downs Coach D Radio Show.